guys. Oh, sorry. I know this is weird, but sometimes when I have a sip before I start, if I have a beer at the time, it usually helps with the nerves or me trying to get all of this out because I do have a lot to say. Kisses to all my subscribers. I hope that you're having a lovely, lovely Friday. Hopefully you have your tea or whatever that you're sipping on, and let's get started. Thank you for your love, your comments, your support, and having a conversation with me. I appreciate it. This weekend is Memorial Weekend, so for us it's barbecue and all of that, but I'm going to be doing house stuff and hopefully getting some stuff done because Kira's birthday party is coming soon and people's coming over, and you kind of want the house as best as you can have it. So that's what I'm going to be trying to do for the next 4 weeks. I did want to mention this about Catherine. Kate. Catherine Kate. Some people call her Kate and some people call her Catherine. And I haven't heard her come out and say, I don't want you guys calling me Kate anymore. I don't like the word Kate or something like that. Like, it's... And my channel is a little different from other channels. My channel is not journalistic news. It's going to be my personal opinion, what I think, and it just is what it is. And then I would love to hear what your opinion is about. Catherine looks so beautiful in that peach dress. Catherine was out serving the people, serving the country, serving her husband's family, doing work on behalf of them. And so the fact that she would be considered overshadowing or she's done something wrong, that's what it sounds like when you see headlines, did Kate overshadow the king? Like it's her fault. First of all, Kate Catherine can be at home with the kids doing what she wants to do instead of serving anyone. But since she has made sacrifices for her life, gave up her career, Meghan, gave up her own personal wants and needs to serve the people of England, is what you lied and said that you were going to do. But you knew you wasn't going to do it. She was such in a hurry to marry Harry. It was like it had to be right then and there. They were dating for 6 months and his brother told him to hold up. Brother, get to know her, meet the father, meet the family. Harry didn't even meet her father, which he should have been getting permission to marry her in the first place. But since Meghan was talking about her father and calling him beer belly and all these names, and he's dirt, we don't need him in the family anymore because he makes me look bad. Him, no. Everybody said, Harry, slow down. Wait, nope. So I'm starting to feel sorry for Harry right now. I'm there. I feel sorry for Harry. And it's sad because Harry's done some really shady stuff and he hasn't begun to feel the torment and pain that Meghan is going to bestow on him. This is just the beginning. She's taking him through stages. The first stage, I'm skipping. The first stage was her removing him from his family, from his security blanket, from his safe haven, and then removing the relationships that he had with his family along with that as well, for her own personal gain. Meghan needed the global recognition to start so people can know who she was instantly. And now that we knew that, now she had to figure out a way to get over here so she can start her brand and be on her own accord and do her own stuff. And so that's what she did. But along the way, she severed relationships, bonds, a bond that can never be broken that she tried to break. She'll never be able to break the bond between the royal family and Harry. They will accept him back after he's done playing house with Meghan. Let me say that again. Harry will be back, back at home living with them, I don't ever see Harry going to live over there. He will visit and so forth, but his kids are here. Why would Harry leave his kids and go back to the UK? Nothing's there for him. But they will accept Harry back into the fold once they find out that he is out from under the clutches of this menace to society. And a little bit of me is seeing Harry kind of have a voice, just a little one, to say, wait a minute, this isn't working. And since he's doing that, Meghan's getting pissed off and telling him, no, we're doing it this way. Harry gives in and does it. And then, but he goes to the hotel because she's been kicked him out and told him, listen, you can't stay here. If you're not going to support me and what I'm doing, then get out. And what has Harry been doing? He's been rocking her, taking care of her, protecting her, doing everything that she has asked him to do. Harry has done. We're going to talk about it. Let's move back. So they're broke. And so let's talk about when they first came over here. And let me keep reading because I want to make sure I'm not jumping ahead. Let's talk about the money. They're out of money and there's no more money. And so how do they normally get money? How did they get money the first time? Was it off of Meghan's brand, or was it off of the fact that they needed to trash the royal family so they can get some quick money? Because Harry had his trust and Meghan had what, 2 or 3 million maybe? I don't know. And I feel a little weird being in their money business, so I probably won't I hope I don't start talking about numbers, but the only reason why I'm bringing up the money issue is because it's affecting their relationship. It's affecting their relationship and why they're going to be separated. They're going to separate. That's what we're going to hear. Because Harry's going to get to a point where he's not going to be able to take it. Because unless, this is the only 2 things I see. A, she kicks him out and says, I don't want you anymore, move on. Or 2, Harry's sick of it and says, I'm done. Listen, I'm not listening to you anymore. Every time you open your mouth, every time you do something, we get in trouble. I heard at Sue's house that they were waiting for Andrew's film to come out first to see how people take it before they decide to do a film about the royal family and their life or whatever. Harry, you don't have to wait for Andrews. Didn't you get the Oprah show? Didn't you get the Netflix response? Didn't you get the Spotify? And did you get the Spare Book response? Did you not hear what happened to all those incidents that you guys have done? You didn't get the memo that people don't like the fact that you are going after your own family and sitting on the Oprah show like you guys are victims, but you're not. You're complaining about stuff that regular people don't even complain about. You're pouting on the Oprah show. Daddy won't pay for our security. Meghan and Harry knew that they wasn't going to be paying for their security when they got that 5 plan and started writing down what they were going to do and trying to trick and play a game and say, we still going to serve you, Elizabeth, but we're just going to serve you over here in the lying. Let's talk about the lie that Meghan was telling during the time on the docuseries, how she was going to come over here and serve the Queen. Has she done that? Did Meghan come over here and serve the Queen and the monarchy and do anything other than self-serving for herself? She went on the Oprah show. That was for her and Harry. That wasn't for Elizabeth. As a matter of fact, Elizabeth had to come out with a statement because Meghan went on there and did the opposite of what she said she was going to come over here to do. She actually started trashing them on the Oprah show, saying that they were racist. But she told the Queen, which she lied, and said that they were in the statement how they were going to come over here and serve her from over here. How can you serve the Queen over here when you're on the Oprah show talking crap and lying? Just like you lied about that New York chase, and that you haven't walked it back, and you're doubling down on it, and people are looking at you like you're crazy. And I don't care what your supporters say, they sound stupid when they try to support you about the New York City chase. No one can understand how they were in fear or anything that was going on, because it was a normal night. No one was chasing them. No one was looking for them. They were being followed by the paparazzi that they told that they were going to go eat. And so they were following them to the restaurant. And so Meghan's playing around like, let's stop at the precinct and shake them. No, if you're going that fast in a chase, you can stop at a precinct. You can stop and get a taxi. You could have got you a soda. Why didn't she just walk? Because there's a 7-Eleven on every corner in New York City. There's all these shops and everything. Vendors everywhere. She could have ran up and got them 3 bottles of water and said, here, y'all want a water while we play this game of Stuntville, PR stunt for money? Because she did it for money because they're broke. They're broke. And they need the security money. Because how quinky dinky, the very next couple of days later, Harry goes to court about us paying for his security. No, the Queen told them when they left that the security was going to get cut off. But they said, no, we got it. We're going to pay for this. We're going to pay for our own money. We're going to support ourselves. We're going to come over to America. I wish I had the statement in front of me, but I'm just going to paraphrase it. We're coming over here and we're going to support the Queen. And then we're going to continue with the monarchy. We're going to live a private life lying. We're going to live a private life with our kids, and we're going to support the Queen when we need to, and we're going to support ourselves and make our own money. You haven't been making your own money. You haven't started your brand because you're too busy trashing the royal family. And so you've had 5 years to create a brand and nothing's there. Where is it? That's embarrassing. Because you were thrusted into the limelight immediately right after you married Harry. And you came specific. This may be an hour, y'all. You, Meghan, what you did was you got married for the very purpose to do your brand. But then on the Oprah show, what sense does that make, Oprah? When she asked you, people are believing, Meghan, that you're coming over here to the United States to satisfy yourself, to do your own brand, to make it about you. Well, what sense does that make? And what are we doing? We have kicked Harry to the curb. He is not part of the brand. He is just part of the accessory of it. Opening the door, putting on her shoes, getting her to the car. He no longer serves a purpose other than suing people, taking care of the kids, and doing whatever Meghan says and do. But there seems to be some issues because, and some of you asked me, you think Harry is getting sick of it? I don't think so. I think Harry is still in Google Gaga land, but he's trying to calm her down and she won't, to the point where he has to leave out the house to go stay at a hotel because she won't let him sleep. Now, I've done some videos back in the day how Harry, it won't get any sleep at night. She's up at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning plotting and planning. He told us, he said she wouldn't sleep at night. She was up worried about the Daily Mail and that lawsuit. Well, you could have dropped that lawsuit at any time if it was stressing you out that much, because anything that's stressing me out, I don't want to deal with it. But no, instead, you blame the Daily Mail that you had a miscarriage because you were up at night working on the case. You the one brought the case against them. Did she win any money from it? It's stupid. It's like, okay, let's go to the United States and then let's sue everybody. Let's get started suing everyone so we can get our security money, because we're not going to be able to afford that. And then in the meantime, we need to figure out a way to make some fast cash, Harry. And that relies on you going against your family. It's time. We're broke, we ain't got no money, and the only way that we can make money is to talk about what happened with my 2 days that I was over there in the kingdom. Meghan was not in the United Kingdom that long to have a whole movie. A whole movie. A whole film. How many more times are we going to see the same story? It's not going to change. It's just going to be more attacks. Because Netflix has decided that the best way for them to make money is to exploit the royal family and just do the Crown. Let's get Andrew. Whoever else wants to go against the royal family or do something twisted or whatever. Come on, we'll pay you. If you're royalty, go over to Netflix. They'll pay you $2. They'll give you a couple of million. That'll hold you off for a minute. It wasn't enough money, so now it's time for them for their trickery again. Because this is the only way that they can make money. They've been over here 5 years, and what have they done to make money? Shall we talk about it? Because who would give her who donated $13 million? Charles? Ernest? Who does she know? Because she didn't have no celebrity friends. She knows no one. No one knows Meghan. No one is giving her $13 million just because. Who? Was it Elon Musk? Was it Amazon guy? Who? Was it one of her A-lister friends that decided to give her? Was it Beyonce? Because she did call you. And I heard that Beyonce's rep has come out and said that that wasn't true. No, Oprah gave her $13 million because Oprah wanted the exclusive, and this is how we'll do it. This is how they tricked us. Because the first thing Oprah wanted us to know was that Meghan wasn't getting paid for this. Why was that important at the time? I don't think it would have made a difference if if they had to exchange money. I don't think it would have mattered because down the road she got money for it, but she did. She got $13 million. And Oprah said, I'm going to give you $13 million and I'm going to give it to you through the charity. So it won't look like I paid you. Okay. So is it time or is it not time for them to start going in on the royal family to make money once again? Because they're broke. That's one reason. And number two, this is the only way that they can make money. What happened to the TIG? What happened to the other stuff that she was going to do? The influencing stuff. It sounded stupid, but you know, who's going to listen to her talk about wine and where to go in New York now that she didn't had a car chase? Oh, okay. So Megan's going to get on there and tell us where the best places to eat and go to the hotels and all of that in different cities and stuff. What is the TIG? What was it going to do? What was it supposed to do? Give us advice on how to be a mother? If your mothering skills is anything like your friendship skills, your daughter skills, being a wife skills, and all of that, then I don't want to know your mother skills because they can't be. If all of those are breaking apart, how can that be good? Number one, you didn't even take those kids to go see their grandfather's coronation. And then there wasn't any big birthday bash for Archie because there wasn't any pictures. And even if there was, when they grow up, they're going to be pissed. I would never let her live that down. No. You're going to make me miss the coronation because you over here pouting and jealous and upset because the royals are doing better than you after you trashed them. No, she thought that I have to think that everybody would be just totally attacking the royal family by now. No, and Harry didn't want to wait and get a memo and see how the film goes with Andrew. No, Harry, stop. Get the memo. Because I guess Gail and Oprah them ain't telling you that everything is going bad around you. And that obviously Gail isn't, because she's trying to get you on CNN. Come on, let's get on CNN and let's talk about the chase. First of all, Meghan ain't talking about the chase because she's lying. And she can double, triple, all the way down it. And people are going to refer back to that night. And they're going to be like, what? Let's move on. They're broke and they're desperate. They're desperate. Staging car crashes so they don't have to worry about security. That's what I put. I talked about that already. That's always been an issue. Their security has always been an issue. Remember Tyler Perry was talking about he was upset with King. He didn't have to say it. I'm paraphrasing. He didn't understand how a father could just cut someone off. Well, Tyler Perry, do you understand how a daughter can just cut a father off for no reason? Other than he don't look the part? And her mother, she gonna dress her up and put her on something nice and cute. And she looked really good the other night at the award show. Doria, very pretty. Out of all three of them, she the only one looked the decentest. She looked it pretty. Meghan had on that fish scaly dress that looked like a fish. She looked like a goldfish. And then sometimes she looks like a pencil too. But she looked like it didn't look right. I didn't like the dress. And normally I don't comment on her outfits, but that one was, I liked her hair and her makeup was pretty. No, it was time for them to start their game because they could have prevented it. There was prevention going on. The security guard said, let's go this way. Nope. Or when they got in the car and was followed, they could have pulled over and the security guard could have said, listen, get the picture and we're going home and we don't want to be followed. If you keep following us, we're going to call the police. No. The reason why they didn't prevent, let me tell you there was too many preventions for Meghan and them to not get out of the situation that they thought was catastrophic. Near death. You had too many ways to get out of the situation, and instead of getting out of the situation, you wanted to make it worse by jumping into cars and going to the precinct and really making it a spectacle. But no, instead of getting out of the situation, you were trying to conjure up more theatrics. 2-hour chase in Manhattan. You guys look like, I'm going to start posting that picture, and I'm going to try to do it with this video, where they're sitting in a taxi looking like some lost kids, and they had just got caught. It just was so gimmicky and so disgusting. They had so many preventative ways to get out of the situation that they were in. That's why I know that they wasn't in duress or scared, because when you're scared or in duress, you're trying to figure out, okay, how do I get out of this situation? How do I get out of this situation quickly? And what are my resources? And so if they didn't, because when we had our one-on-one live, guys, the other week about this whole debacle, our first thought was, why didn't she pull over? And why didn't she had plenty of outlets to get her husband and her mom and everyone out of that situation. And so I blame her for putting them in that situation. Because it was her award, it was her night, it was her moment. Everything is always about Meghan. And Meghan is always putting them in a situation where it's not good for them. And so, since to me, if you're a damsel in distress and you're trying to get out of a situation to survive, you're going to do that. And so, since she didn't, it tells me that she wasn't a damsel in distress, is that she was making this up and creating this whole fictitious story for security reasons, so her father-in-law can make a statement that are you okay? Because she still needs to feel like she's connected to them, even though she has beef with them and issues that she conjures, that she created. Every issue that she has with the royal family has come from Meghan. I don't see Harry's family not being problem solvers, fixing issues, and trying to make things work. That's what they do all day long, is solve problems. Why would they not try to solve the problem of Harry's wife? And so them feeding her to the wolves was a lie, just like this 2-hour catastrophic near car chase in downtown Manhattan. There's your receipts. Let's move on. I gotta be careful, because if I push the wrong button, the video will go off, and then, oh, that would suck. Because then I have to do a part 2. And who wants to do a part 2? Moving on. Gayle, CNN. So I was hearing that CNN wanted to do an interview with Meghan about the car chase. That's stupid. But CNN, are you offering her any money? Gayle, are you guys offering her any money, or you just want this pro bono? Because CNN, you can't outbeat Netflix. Netflix gets the story. Whoever's going to pay for it gets it. And now that she's created this story about the car chase down there, that is of interest, because her story it doesn't add up. And so if she came out and talked about it, I believe everybody would listen, because we want to know where she got the 2-hour car chase. But I already know how she's going to play it. She's going to blame everyone on the street. She's going to blame the paparazzi. She's going to blame the police. She probably would even blame the mayor. That's why it's not a good idea that she talks at all, because she doesn't know humility. She doesn't know how to accept responsibility for something that she has done. Because when she said that she almost died in that car crash, she scared everyone. It wasn't just about, it was about a false alarm, like a 911 call, like someone said, red alert. So, no, Gayle King and CNN want the exclusive. No, you're not going to get the exclusive because you're not paying enough. And they need the money for security, and they need the money for whatever else they need it for. But Netflix is on it. Netflix has the money to pay these people, and so they're the ones that's going to get it. So hang it up, CNN. And Gayle wants to break the story. Go right ahead. Go right ahead. It's just going to continue to put dings on you. Because the story that their damsel in distress is coming to by residents, and the UK, us people are speaking out against Gayle and those telling her to be quiet, shut up. What are you talking about? Nobody is talking about their feelings. What about how we felt when they lied about it? And continue to lie. I know I mentioned this, but I want to go back to it. So Meghan has been over here 5 or 3 years. I don't know. They've been over here 3 years or whatever. Since they've been over here, what have they been doing mostly? They have been taking the royal family and just decimating them. That's their brand. What other brand do she have? What is it? Modeling? Spotify is her brand? Netflix is her brand? What? She doesn't exist. The brand doesn't exist. What happened was Harry married her and made her this global icon, and she could have did anything she wanted to do with it, but she trashed it, and now nobody cares and wants to see what it is. And so now it's too late for the brand. So now we're going to move on. And so what she is good at is trashing the royal family, because that is the first thing she did when she got over here, was get on the Oprah show and start trashing for money. the 13 million. Then she moved on to Netflix, the $100 million. They're going to do 5 projects with Netflix centered around her life as being a royal. They're going to do a film on Meghan about her life as a royal again. Everyone that I've listened to said they don't want to hear the story again. And even if she adds to it, it's just more lies. And this particular film or whatever that she does, no one's going to believe her. But before I get to that, I want to talk about what their motive is, because I think Harry's waking up and he's saying, wait a minute, let's don't do the film just yet. Let's see how Andrew's pan out. No, it's not going to pan out. Yours won't. Andrew's might. It's a different scenario. Your wife run around lying all the time. And so we know whatever you guys come out with is going to be exaggerated, it's going to be lied upon, and we're not going to know what's the truth. So it's just going to be one of those fake movies, like everything else has been fake. And so, but here's the kicker. The only thing that you know how to do, Meghan, is to go after your in-laws for money. That's your brand. Your brand is centered around how you attack the royal family, what you say, how you say it, and what happened to you over there. Like there's still a mystery. Like she was over there 5 years. She was over there 2 days. And now she's did all this as a royal. I would rather not even know, because even when she tells the story, it's just going to be full of lies. But her MO, her brand is centered around going after Charles, going after Camilla, going after Catherine, going after William, going after each and every one of them. Because she knows that sells. And at this point, is Meghan going to give up Montecito? Is she going to give up all that she's worked for, all that she's built? Listen, she married a prince. She totally destroyed him and his family's relationship for her brand. She's doing all this for her. Shipped him and her over here. Now they're living in this world that she's thrust into this A-lister celebrity she went from being, look at this. She went from being a D-list actress that was on a cable show in Canada in an apartment, from being royalty to A-lister. How do you mentally transition like that without needing therapy? Because all these worlds that they're transitioning into are different. Meghan was in a whole new world. She was not going to adjust, period. Because her adjustment was getting to the United States. That was her world. She didn't want to be in Harry's world. She never wanted to. Her plan was always to get the hell out of there. And so after the baby, that sealed the deal. She was ready to go. Boop. Because she thought when she had the baby, they would get security and all of this other stuff. You could tell she wanted it because they talk about it in the docuseries, and they talk about it on the Oprah show, how they wasn't going to get security, and the skin color was a problem, and how they got stripped from everything pretty much. Well, you knew that when you left. How is King Charles supposed to take care of them and they're not in the fold? They're not in the, and no one's supporting anyone over here. Meghan's been trashing the royal family since she's been over here. But let's go back to that. So, I forgot what I was saying. But Meghan has come over here to the two worlds. And now they've been thrust in this A-lister world. She didn't know any of them A-listers when she invited them to her wedding. It was weird. No family members, so there they go. And now she's in Montecito in this Hollywood celebrity world, thinking that everybody was just going to fall at her feet and love her and call her the Duchess of Sussex and do this to her. She did. She thought all them A-listers was going to want to be her friend just because she was popular. It was almost like this little kiddish thing. That's why some said, I'm not going to that. I don't know her. And probably already knew her MO, and it's like, oh, she just wants to be my friend. She's trying to get something from me. Why is she calling me? She doesn't know me. Well, she got stuff from Oprah. Tyler Perry didn't get to go. No. So they're thrust over here, and Harry don't know nothing about that celebrity world. Like one of you said, he's probably celebrity in celebrity heaven. He's probably like celebrity shocked. And my thing is, Harry, you don't have to be shocked because you're your own prince. And she's reduced you down to this. He's no longer looked at as anything important over here in the United States. And even if he did, he's going to be treated like a celebrity. And that's it. He's not getting bowed to. And so Meghan thrust him over here, and now their life is just changing and evolving and doing all this stuff. But it was all centered around trashing the royal family to get money so they could stay in Montecito and get. I believe that trashing the royal family was a kickstart because they couldn't afford Montecito until after they got their stuff out. And then after they made the deals with the devil, Netflix and them, to tell and start talking about the royal family, that's when the money started coming in. The book, Spare. Harry made a lot of money off of that, selling his family out, being nasty to his family. And now it's time for them to do it again. Who, in what world, and what society is going to continue to listen to them degrade and be nasty to the royal family for no other reason but for their own personal money reasons? Is to keep making money off of talking about your family and what happened over there. You were only in there for 15 minutes. Shut it down. Get a different profession. That is not going to work. And Harry, you don't have to wait and see what's going to happen to Andrew. Guess what? Look at the Oprah show. Look at the Spare book. Look at all of that. How did that go? Did that go well? And if you have a whole bunch more, how do you think that's going to go? You will be exiled. Moving on. Meghan had 5 years to get her grand plan off the ground, and there's still nothing there. It was trash, trash, trash. And now all of a sudden it's time. No, she had all those moments. Remember the magazine cover? That was her brand. That was them. We're a power couple. When he looked like her hairdresser. And then the photo shoots, that was her coming out by herself. No, this is just about me, not about Harry. And now she's trying to do it again without Harry. The relationship is over. They will separate. I don't know when. But they got to keep first of all, they don't want they hate that we're talking about them, about separation. They don't want us to know that, they don't want us to know that they're having problems. That Meghan does not want us to know at all. It bothers her a lot that she would think that there's cracks in her marriage. But we know it. We know it is. Look at the shenanigans. Look what you have done. Who could not have a hard time? I'm going to list the things that they have kind of done a little bit just to give you guys just list them. Not explain them, but list them. And so maybe Harry is waking up. I don't know. But I do know that this is, they're going down this really, they haven't, their direction since their brand, not their brand, since their popularity has been going down, what has it continued to do? It hasn't done a reverse. It hasn't done a change. And Meghan is relentless. she is going to try her best to continue to just be, I don't know, but this is who she is. Nothing's changed in the last, since we met her during the Harry time, nothing has changed. And she's not listening to even anyone. How about this? You have your husband's country tell you to your face that you took Harry from them and that you divided the family. You disrespected the Queen. And you never wanted to be over there. It was all about you. That's what they said about you. But when Oprah asked you, you were like, what does that sense does that make? But now it's showing that it is true. Because everything that people thought that you were not, you are. You are that gold digger. You are that home wrecker. You are damaged goods. You do have problems. You do lie. You are a narcissist. You are selfish. You are strictly just on you. It's all about you. And no one, Doria can't say, honey, listen, see if they can stop the paparazzis from following us. No, because Meghan's the control. And she tells them what's going to happen and what's going to go down and what's going to do. And Harry may be getting sick of it. I don't know. But I think that Harry's getting blamed for everything. And everything is Harry's fault. Because look how it's everybody else's fault. I'm almost done. I put, if she had not been wasting her time trying to make money off of trashing the royal family to make a quick buck, then she could have focused on her brand and then started making money and then eventually moved to Montecito or whatever. Or get something in Montecito, whatever. My point is that you didn't have to attack his family to get what you wanted. You didn't have to be mean and lie and disrespectful to everyone over there to get what you wanted. Because you lied on the royal family just like you lied about New York City, the 2-hour car chase. That doesn't exist. And which tells me that everything that you say is questionable, and I don't believe it. I don't believe that they were scared. I don't. I believe Harry was frustrated and wanted to go home, but that's his wife. He needs to get upset with her because this is her game. And if not, if you guys planned it together, then it's just sick. Because you look like you were guilty sitting in that taxi like you guys had did something wrong. And you did. You all looked guilty. Dory was like, I don't even want to look up because I know this is a sham. That's what it looked like. It looked like a sham. And Meghan didn't look like she was smiling. She looked like she was irritated. And not even irritated. She just looks like it was just not an issue. It didn't look like she was smiling, but she didn't look frantic. If frantic is this. Oh my God. Are they still there? They're there. That's frantic. This is not frantic. Almost done. Let me say it again. If she had focused on coming over here, starting her brand or starting whatever her and Harry were going to do to make money and focus solely on that, and they probably did, but they wasn't making the kind of money that they needed to make to live over there in Montecito. And they needed the only way that they were going to get the kind of money to get, because neither one of them has talent. Meghan can't act. Here we go. Did Tyler Perry put her in a movie? That would have gave her some money instead of attacking the royal family. Has he put her in a movie yet? Maybe she will come out with one. I don't know. My thing is they spent so much time focused on their life as a royal and being negative about it and being nasty about it and not being grateful for having that opportunity, because I would have watched it either way. Like, I would have watched it if she had some great elements in it. But how do you talk about something that happened to you and nothing good came out of it? Basically, she was telling Harry that you didn't even come out good in it. No, she pretty much told him that his family wasn't anything and they were just this horrible family. And what husband or wife would allow you to sit there, other than the ones that's gone mentally, will allow you to sit there and talk about their family like that, the people that you love? So, Harry, why would you allow her to do that in the first place and then start it again? You wasn't through? You're not done? Here's the thing, Charles. Enough is enough. They cannot continue down this hole of making money based on telling secrets that are coming from the royal family that has nothing to do, that is personal. And Meghan's vision board has this on it: I'm getting to the top by all means necessary. And if that means going after the royal family again in Netflix, then so be it. And so she's off limit. If she needs money and she needs to get some money, and this is the only way that they can get money, then what's stopping her from doing it? King Charles? Harry? Who? And like you guys said, who's to say that she's already talking about her memoir in her book? I don't know if it's capitalizing, but I think it's disgusting. I think it should be some type of law that prevents her from making money off the fact that she was only in there for 2 days and all this stuff happened to her so that she can stay in Montecito. So she can stay this global person, because it sounds like they need to pack their bags and because I would, if it was me and Eric, listen, Prince, we finna go back home. I tried it, it didn't work out. I messed up. I'm going home. And I don't care who pissed off at me. We broke. And listen, it's either that or I'm going to keep talking about y'all, so move over. No. The life that she was going for, this brand thing, I think she's run out of time for this brand. And to me, again, they needed this quick buck. Netflix quick buck. And so since they needed it, and they were planning it before, because they already knew what they had in their bank account before they came over to the United States. So it sounded like they needed to have this already in play before they left the UK, which is sick. Because if you weren't ready to move, if you didn't have your financials together, but you were running, because it had to be something drastic for Meghan, for them to say, okay, go. Not that they were holding her back, but Harry, come on, let's go. Is that she was suicidal. And so since she was suicidal, we got to get the hell out of here. And so screw the plan, screw how we're going to have financialness and how we're going to do all this and more the kids and forget the oath that I took that I was going to give it 5 years or help out and do all that. And she was running over here. She could, it almost, that she, I'm surprised she lasted the 1.5 years, because she was already talking about it right after the wedding. We finna go. I'm going over there with Oprah them. I don't want to be over here. Now that you're here, and now that you're using your family's fame, your family's dynasty, what makes them so important, what makes people so intrigued by the royal family, you're using that against them and making money off of it. It's disgusting. It is. And now you're going to do it again, as if you didn't do it enough times and got enough backlash on the backs of that. Start repairing your relationships. And then maybe we would watch that. But this negative life, it's just a negative. It's negative. Oprah was negative. Netflix was negative. Spare was depressing. And Spotify, she just talked about herself like she do when she's getting a speech, when she's getting an award, how great she is and how you can be just like me. I didn't even know they were saying that. I didn't even know people were saying that anymore when they say speeches. I thought the speeches was all about the audience and those that are doing the work and da 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 da. I'm grateful for it, but this award really goes to those that are out rolling up their sleeves and da 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 da. No, she just sucks it in and just says, no, I'm great. You can be just, and then she adds to her story every time. She was a philanthropist when she was young, and now she's a full-blown activist. When you married Harry? No. You are none of those things. You are none of the things that you say. You're a big porcupine. You're bigger than the porcupine. Samantha, you didn't do the porcupine justice. Your sister is lying. She's lying to the police. She's lying to the mayor. She's lying to the citizens. She's lying to all of us, and she's doubling down on it. Your sister has some major issues, and no one's putting a cap on it. And maybe if she had a few family members left to chastise her, to say, wait a minute, even when you don't want to hear it, you know. And if here, when I'm on the phone and I know, I'm like, oh God, I know I shouldn't be, whatever. And then you just know, and then you correct it. I'm talking to my mom and I'm like, yeah, I probably need to take Kara to the park more or something like that. Not as hot, we're going to the pool. And my mom said, yeah, And so none of that. She's Meghan is full speed ahead and wants everybody to believe everything that comes out of her mouth, and what she says, it's true. And she is not lying. And I do believe, like the tutor said, that she is somewhat convinced that she convinces herself, because I believe Meghan thinks she's in this story. I do. I believe that she feels like she's acting out her life. And I also think that divorce is coming. And I think that she's going to put that as, oh, it just didn't work out or whatever. Let's talk about that for just a few minutes. How did it not just work out when your husband just did all that with you? Because without him, you wouldn't have been able to do none of your stuff. If Harry would have just spoken up, if Harry had just had a backbone, if Harry would have had just a little bit more up here to fight her off, to say no, to not wanting a mother, but wanting a partner, someone that you're doing this together, and it's not one-sided and this just about this one person, because he is never going to be able to please her. She will never be happy. It's not a task that can be accomplished. Because anytime you hit the light skin lottery and then you complain about it, what makes you happy? But not only who cares about what makes her happy, but she makes the people around her miserable too. Like one of you said Harry wanted to come over here and have a quiet life. No, you really? She didn't let you know that she was going to be picking up awards and paparazzis was going to be there taking your picture and stuff. Lights, camera, action. Remember in the docuseries where they show you how they're trying to control the press with the stories coming out about Meghan? That's nothing compared to what stories are coming out now. Like, that was like a cakewalk. First of all, wasn't anybody even looking at Meghan when she was in the UK? People over here, once she was in the UK, she got lost. No one was, no, it wasn't like a group of people over here. Oh, look at Meghan, she's out with Harry. It was mostly UK. But they would show her. They would show her on walkabouts and stuff like that. So we did get to see that. But what I'm saying is that she wasn't famous over here like she's famous over there. Meghan is famous in the UK. That's all I can really think about with that. Let me just see what else I got. So I said if she had just focused on not destroying relationships in the family unit, trying to get over here to Hollywood. That's what she did. Because they didn't have a plan to make money. They didn't have other deals. They only had Netflix and that other stuff, but they didn't have what they needed to be in Montecito. That's what it sounds like to me. But without the royal family's blessing to accept her, to invite Meghan in, she wouldn't have been able to do any of this stuff. And so that's what makes it a little upsetting to see her go after the royal family after they have given her a gift of being a global person, to be able to come to the United States, to start a brand and to become whatever she wanted to be. She had that opportunity, but she squandered it with all these games and lies and going after the very blessing, the very people that gave her the blessing. She went after the very people that gave her the blessing to be known, to be recognized, to be global, to get an influence award, to be known, to be the Duchess of Sussex. There we go. King Charles, Elizabeth, and your connection to the royal family is the only reason why you're able to use the Duchess of Sussex. But then they bless you and give you and do all this for you. And the Sussex squad, all they do is attack the very thing that bless you. And then say, Charles didn't speak, didn't say anything. That's that stupid stuff. And then if any of that ever happened to any one of the Sussex squads, they'd be But it's okay for Meghan to do it for some odd reasons. It's okay for her to lie about the New York City chase, and we can focus on how she felt. God, I missed my point. No, they blessed her to be able to be in Montecito. They blessed her in a way where she was able to contact those celebrities, invite them to the kingdom, be on the Oprah show, do the photo shoots, and all that. It's disgusting to see her flaunt and flibble around like she created this, like she did all of this stuff just by herself. The vanity shoot. Oh, with the kicking of the legs and stuff. The only reason they're calling you, Meghan, is because you married a prince. The only reason people are interested in you is because you were in the royal family and that you were in there. But instead of saying something genuine that we can really grab onto and believe that it actually happened over there with you, we can't, because everything that comes out of your mouth is exaggerated as if it was in some type of movie that you're playing and want us to believe it. But what I find despicable is that you can trash two families at one time and not thank them for anything that they've done for you to get you on your vanity shoot, to get you on all this commercial stuff and be able to be with WME or to have all this stuff. Like it just happened overnight. You spoiled brat, you look like someone that is so ungrateful. Who does that? Who marries a prince and then shuts down the whole prince royal, the whole royal order of what you were supposed to do and say, I'm not doing this anymore. I'm going to be about me. And then she comes over here and instead of being about herself, she needs to undercut the very thing that made her be able to come over here in Montecito in the first place. And then decides, this is what made me sick when I was watching the Oprah show. I said, is she really on there talking about the very thing that's allowing her to be on this show with Oprah? No, we didn't know you. You wasn't going to be this big time star. You was going to have to marry someone first. And so you did, and then you took it, and then it went all up here, and now you just left with it because you wanted us to believe that you were good for Harry. And without Harry, he would have just not been okay. I beg to differ. I think Harry would be with his family in a loving, kind environment and not be running around downtown New York lying, talking about he about to die. No. How has this life been better from the one that he had in the UK before her? But we are the ones that are hating on her. This ain't hate. I don't do the hate over here. I don't hate. This is information about her and how she continues to be just not very nice to others. Look at the paparazzi. She uses them she uses them and then turns around and spit them out. Come look at me, but you know what? I don't need you right now. And not just that, but blame them. This was what she did. She almost caused them trouble. And I wouldn't be surprised if you're hearing some stuff because she said that they almost killed her and Harry. That is a big accusation. And so how is this life better, Harry, that you're in court every week for her? Because you wasn't in court before. Why are you fighting her battles? You can't save her. The only thing that you can do, Harry, is get you a little place in California, shake her off as much as you can, do some speaking engagements, and get your kids on the weekend. Or continue to live this upsy-daisy down life. This is it. This is the life that you dreamed about having, running around New York City with your wife, lying. What would your mother say and Elizabeth say, Harry? Stop letting this woman make a fool out of you. You leave her before she leaves you. And then you told the world you were on drugs, so that's going to hurt you getting the kids. Because they're going to eat you up in these courts because she has kept notes. And then she's going to lie. So half of it, watch when it start coming out about, oh, Harry did this, Harry's on that, and he smacked me one day. No, you smacked him. That I believe. But Harry hitting you, and oh, Harry has a temper. We all when we get upset? Stop. I'm already starting to feel sorry for Harry because he's going down quickly. Meghan doesn't think that. Meghan's in her own little world. She doesn't see that it's crumbling. She just sees that she can just talk her way out of it like she thinks she's been doing. You've been doing that with the royal family, honey. You cannot do that with the United States people. We talk too much. We nosy. We are all up in your business. Look at Trump. I'm practically at Mar-a-Lago looking at the documents right now. You cannot hide anything here. And then if what you say, your word is what we believe. That's what we believe in, is what you say. And if what you say isn't true, we stop believing you and we don't want to be a part of that no more. Because if you're going to continue to lie to us, then why we want to watch you and you're lying? What's true and what's not? And then all of a sudden, she's going to get a fact checker. You don't need to get that anymore. We see it. The car chase explains it all.